It's time to move over to our Universal Championship semi-finals. Kenny Omega having to endure a hell of a beating from Roman Reigns. Superman punches and spears. But after hitting a third one-winged angel, he sees his way through to the semi-finals. Nakamura there reversing the ripcord knee of Seth Rollins before hitting the Kinshasa. That was a decisive moment, and that led his way to this matchup with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, the last man to ever pin Nakamura in New Japan. And as we start with some chain wrestling, one thing you might notice, the Young Bucks not at ringside for Kenny Omega as they were when he faced Roman Reigns. That's because we have some breaking news. The draw for the Tag Team Championship tournaments that are going to take place after Clash of the Champions have just been released. And in a first round match, it will be the Young Bucks versus the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. Because of that upcoming match, it was agreed the Young Bucks wouldn't be at ringside tonight. And it has to be said, there was some debate about whether the Young Bucks were crucial to Kenny Omega's victory against Roman Reigns. Omega, on multiple occasions, rolling to ringside, particularly when it seemed like the momentum wasn't with him, and in doing so managing to lure Roman Reigns out. In fact, he could be doing it to Nakamura, and he has. On the reverse Rana, on the floor. You can see Nakamura grabbing his head. Omega rolling Nakamura back in the ring. Well, there you go. That was the tactic we were just describing. It seems to be favoured by Omega in his matches so far. And the springboard drop kick. He now steps to the ring apron. Oh, Omega clearly with the upper hand now. I think the crowd somewhat split about who to cheer for. And the V-trigger takes down Nakamura. Omega steps back inside. He grabs Nakamura as he rolls in the ring. Always a tribute to Finn Balor there with the Bloody Sunday. Nakamura having to use the ropes just to get to his feet. Oh, and as Nakamura was leaning against the ropes, Omega hit the Hurricane Rana. What is Omega looking for here? Nakamura is more than halfway across the ring. Oh, and it's another springboard drop kick. That was a thing of beauty. However, since he hit that reverse Rana on the outside, he does seem to be going for the head of Nakamura. Nakamura, is he looking for good vibrations? There he goes. And a stomp for good measure. Oh, Nakamura, not wanting to be outdone, went for another drop kick. Omega managing to duck out the way. And he's setting up Kreutzrath, the first signature to be hit in this match. And Omega drags Nakamura to the other side of the ring. No Young Bucks to pound on the mat, but we know what he's going for. The rise of the Terminator. Oh, Nakamura stepping aside. Omega crashes and burns. Oh, we talked about Omega luring his opponents to ringside. I think Nakamura has just played Omega at his own game. Oh, and laying in those knees to what must be a damaged neck and back of Omega. Nakamura is going to want to put Omega back in the ring especially because he's now earned himself a finishing move. As he stalks Omega, we know what this is leading to. The Kinshasa! The cover! Oh, and what resiliency from Omega, who must be hurting. Yes, look at that. Red body damage. But if there's one thing we know from his match against Roman Reigns, it takes a lot to keep Kenny Omega down. But Nakamura now with a signature. Another one so soon after the Kinshasa. Nakamura signaling to the crowd he wants another Kinshasa. Oh, and Omega catches Nakamura's knee. Oh, well, almost by instinct, Nakamura hits that German suplex that turns Omega inside out. Omega just spilling to the outside. Nakamura follows. Oh, and Omega takes the knee out. Oh, and this is what did Roman Reigns in. The Kreuzrath on the outside. On Omega, despite having red head and body damage, he may have just hit a pivotal move in this match. Nakamura not able to find his feet of his own accord. He just drops to his knees and goes for it one more time, the signature. And this may spell the end for Omega. Oh, and Omega catches him again. And the cross-legged vertical suplex. Omega, how many lives does he have? That's the second time he's reversed the Kinshasa. And this is now going to be the first time he's hit the one-winged angel. Oh, Nakamura kicks out. The match continues. Omega to the outside. The springboard 450. Oh, that sends Nakamura also into red head and body damage. I don't know which way this match is going. Oh, now Nakamura with another signature. But it's been the Kinshasa he hasn't been able to hit, which has meant he hasn't been able to put Omega away. Is this third time lucky? No! Omega caught the leg. Oh, Nakamura managing to hit the Enziguri. Some way to recover perhaps, but he's gonna have to build his momentum again. He lays those knees into Omega's neck, surely out of frustration. Oh, the desperation cover doesn't even get a 1 count. You can see the frustration. Nakamura drops Kenny Omega on the top rope. And we know what he has to do in this match. He has to hit the Kinshasa if he's going to win. But 3 times Omega has reversed. On Omega now. Leading Nakamura over to the ropes. Catching his breath. He's going for it again. He's going for the rise of the Terminator again. This is high risk from Omega. And this time he connects. And Omega wasting no time. He's going to throw Nakamura back into the ring. And now he sets up Nakamura on his shoulders. The one-winged angel. The cover. And the victory! Well, just as we saw with Ember Moon against Chris Wolf, reversals can mean everything. And Kenny Omega 3 times reversed the Kinshasa. Oh, we're going to have to catch our breath as we head straight into the second semi-final match. It is AJ Styles who defeated Rey Mysterio to get here against Chris Jericho, who, through using a baseball bat, defeated Randy Orton. Here we go. What an entrance. AJ Styles makes his way to the ring for this second semi-final match, our 4th of the evening. Who is it who's going to face Kenny Omega at Clash of the Champions? Is it the man he deposed as leader of the Bullet Club, AJ Styles? Or the man he faced at this year's Wrestle Kingdom, Chris Jericho? This is a rematch from WrestleMania 32. Hang on a minute. AJ Styles still making his entrance as Chris Jericho attacks him from behind and immediately goes under the ring. And he grabs a sledgehammer. The bell rings. Well, yeah, can't be classed as illegal. The bell hadn't rung yet. But Chris Jericho buried a sledgehammer into the torso of AJ Styles. Oh, and this is just a crazy way for this match to start. Jericho catches Styles with the Enziguri on the outside and taunts to the crowd. AJ Styles with a neck breaker. You can see Jericho clutching his head after that. Well, we thought there'd be no love lost in this one. It feels like they've just gone all out war at each other from the word go. It's AJ Styles suplexing Jericho, who then hangs up Styles on the top rope and hits a German suplex of his own. And the crowd letting Jericho know what they think of him. Jericho sucks. And it's that baseball bat again. Is Jericho just taunting AJ Styles? That's the baseball bat that he used to such great effect against Randy Orton, and the Enziguri to the referee, who then fell and caught his head on the second rope. And it looks like AJ Styles is showing no fear, but he gets taken out. A baseball bat to the head. Well, not that I'm sure Jericho cares, but the crowd now chanting his name. How on earth is AJ Styles even managing to put any offense together? He throws a baseball bat to the outside. Well, that gave Jericho enough time to catch AJ Styles. And it looks like the signature's just switched over from Jericho to Styles, and he hits it, the Ushigoroshi. I think Styles just managed to reverse a signature attempt from Jericho as he calls him to his feet. The phenomenal forearm. And this would be one hell of a comeback. Oh, but Jericho kicks out at 2. He's got that signature back. AJ Styles, he's going to have to build up his momentum again. He misses. And the crowd, I think, now messing with Jericho. Probably one of his, you must imagine, least favourite chants. You still got it. And the Lion Salt. Oh, that's got to hurt the torso that Jericho slammed a sledgehammer into before the match. As the crowd now serenade him with Jericho sucks again. Well, that's what Jericho thinks of them. As he props himself up on the corner, giving himself a breather. And I guess you can afford to be that cocky when you take out referees, use baseball bats, use sledgehammers. And now he's going for the code breaker. The red head damage of AJ Styles. And Jericho, I gotta say, he cheats his way all the way to the final. He's gonna face Kenny Omega at Clash of the Champions. What is Jericho doing? Oh, he's got a chair now. Looking to add insult to injury. Oh, but Omega's here. Kenny Omega making the save. So after all that, we now know it's going to be Alexa Bliss versus Chris Wolf for the Women's Championship, and Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho for the Universal Championship. Make sure you subscribe to 3 Ropes so you do not miss Clash of the Champions, our very first pay-per-view.